Welcome, everyone, to the last map change of Season 3. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm ending the Season 1 map change early, as I said I would do like 8 map changes per season. Honestly, I feel like this season doesn't need any more map changes after this one, because this one basically wraps up the season, I think. And yeah, we'll just get straight into it and get over the map changes. So, ending off with, was it 23.70, I believe it's this map change. Just let me make sure. Yeah, 23.70 is the last map change for this season. So to start off over here, the cops and the FBI are now raiding Fallen Facility. As you can see, the FBI cars that were over here are now rushed over to go there because it's go time for them to raid the place, as well as the one that was sitting here, packed up the telescope and raiding the place. As you can see, the gnomes left in quite a hurry. As you can see, there's practically nothing left behind, apart from a few things they couldn't take with. They also have their traps set up over here. They honestly didn't really take much. They only took, like, their personal belongings they used to have at their old hideout. Which is why there's, like, not much gone. But yeah, they up here, they didn't pack up really their bunk area. They just took like artifacts of theirs and whatnot, mementos, packed up all this stuff over here. Left a poster up. They didn't really need that. It's not really important to them. Yeah, you're probably wondering where they went because they're obviously not here. Well, if you come over here, since the cops were coming up the hill and were very close to them, they managed to sneak onto this ledge here and hide themselves with a dummy bush. It's like a fake bush that they cover the ledge with, so they can't be seen. So yeah, they stole the gasoline trailer and they packed up all their stuff on this truck here. Now, the maneuvers they had to do to be able to get this semi-truck on this ledge by turning were like insanely difficult to be able to do in a short amount of time. But yeah, they managed to hide themselves somehow, and maybe notice that the head gnome is pointing at the hideout they're going to take over, which is the bears. As you can see, they're all looking off into the distance. Basically, all the stuff they had in the Fallen Facility is now packed up in the truck. So yeah, that basically wraps up the Gnomes and Bears storyline. Moving on to the Bears portion of that. It's getting really brutal here, I gotta say. So, the veteran bear has his riot shield ready, as well as the two henchmen bear. They're following him as well with their pistols. In here, you may probably wonder what's going on. The gnome that had the katana has been killed, unfortunately. So that was the dude who was torturing the one bear who the bear died. These two bears were running up with their bows and crossbow. Now, the yellow bear is going towards these two. Now, you're probably wondering why. Well, there's a very sad and brutal reality here. So these bears, like, entered and killed this gnome. This dude killed this gnome with this crossbow shot. Uh, the door would be open. He's hiding behind the door. And you probably wondering what's happening over here. The blue gnome with the skull mask has the purple bear held captive, or hostage, whatever you want to call him. These two guys are set up. They, like, rip down one of the servos so they have, like, cover from fire. And you may notice the yellow bear has C4 strapped to his back. So what they did was, before these bears breached the door, they threatened the yellow bear with his life, and if they didn't, and Basically, they strapped C4 to him and made him walk towards those bears because they're going to detonate it once he gets to them. And it's all working to plan at the moment because these bears are going to arrive the same time they detonate the C4. It's a very brutal story. I am not holding back on it either. So yeah, this gnome right here is giving the head gnome is giving the look and will like make a signal to detonate it once they're ready. Right now they are not doing anything at the moment because they're at like a stalemate because they see the yellow bear coming towards them. Yeah, it's a brutal story, I gotta say. Anyway, that wraps up the Bears and Gnomes storyline for this season. You will see them next season, season 4. Anyway, moving on. So over here in Homely Hedges, you may notice the one house, the small house, started setting up for Christmas. They got the sled and 4 reindeer llamas sitting on the roof of the house. Obviously, they're not done decorating. As they went all out for Halloween, they're going to go all out for Christmas too. Also, you may have noticed over by this yellow house, there's a shadow flag sitting out front. Now, why is this even here, you might wonder? If you come inside, there's a bunch of equipment set up in here, as well as a shadow henchman chest. And there's some of Tina's belongings. Let's see here. So basically what's happening is the Shadow and Ghost factions are being brought into the storyline. You see, got their bunk beds set up. So basically for the Shadow faction, it includes Tina, Brutus, and Meowsicles. So they will play a part in a future season. Right now, it's just a landmark at the moment, so you'll see them play a bigger role in the future, just not right now. Anyway, that's it for Homely Hedges. Moving on to the Chapter 2 reference area. You may notice some more stuff got rifted here. As a reference to Chapter 2 Remix, we got the Snoop Dogg statue of, well, the dog. And we also got the Snoop Dogg golden palm trees. As well as we got the Eminem reference, the Rap God Llama. And we also have, as much as I hate to include it, we have a reference to Ice Spice. And you're probably wondering, do I hate Ice Spice? And yes, I do hate Ice Spice. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'm probably not alone on that either. Anyway, moving on to the Crackshot's cabin. You notice the people came back to their cabin for this winter, and they set up a heat lamp thing here, and they have a generator to power that. Basically, they're tired of their cabin being snowed in, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna melt the snow entirely and make sure it stays melted, because they're tired of it. So yeah, that should definitely melt the snow, and definitely if it doesn't, who knows. I believe I covered this last map change, but I'll cover it again. A meteorite has crashed down onto Fort Collin. As you can see, it killed the mushroom nearby, which is why it's dead looking. A bunch of hot rocks also came with the meteor crash. And overall, you can see it just basically destroyed Fort Collin. Rest in peace, Fort Collin. Anyway, let's see. I mean, that's about it for this area over here. Moving on to the bigger stuff. Anyway, moving on to Shattered City, you may notice there's something going on here. They're probably wondering why there's a rift beacon set up, also why they moved out all the cars from that area. There's what government officials blocking it off. And also police cars blocking off entrances to this area. So basically, this is a big reveal for Season 4, so prepare yourselves. They are bringing the Baxter building to Shattered City. Now what this is going to do, it's going to replace this building. So they're going to bring the Baxter building here, then replace Trump Tower. There may also be some side effects from that too, because they are bringing a building from New York City, but they are using a rift beacon, which creates a zone that so it can bring stuff here. So side effects may include things being altered, buildings being changed, and whatnot. So this will be like a very big map change, to say the least. It's going to be very, very time consuming to be able to do this, but it's going to be great, I promise you. Season 4 is going to be a very heavy lore and story based season. So prepare yourselves for that as well. And it's going to be a very good season. I'll say that. Anyway, that's about it from Shattered City. Moving on to Forgotten Forgery. You may notice all the cubes are down on the ground now, no longer floating in the air. The 0 point is, or the magma point is now the cube point. It's very unstable, and you will see what happens next season with it being that unstable. And you may notice the beam is gone, the big purple beam that we're using the device for. You may notice, well, it exploded. The device that they were using to try and stop it has exploded. As you can see, there's fire everywhere and pieces of the time device, parts of the time machine device from Fortnite OG. And you're probably wondering where the device was they got from Experiment B18 that they extracted from it. Well, if you come on over here, due to the shockwave created by the beam, like, ending, it launched the device from Experiment B18 all the way over here. Like, it shot it like a mortar. And that's why it's all the way over here. It crash landed into the dump. And as you can see, it kind of created like a shockwave. It like bent a tree. Also launched some stuff backwards. As well as the piece that like soared off the machine. Well, it got thrown into the truck. And as well, the wind from the shockwave also knocked some of the solar panels off. Oh, and it also launched this car as well as the solar panel there. So yeah. So unfortunately, their plan did not work, and next season is not going to be very good. Specifically for the residents who live here. Also over here, you may notice the police officer who lives here has took down the Halloween decorations. Again, this is a little small thing I pointed out. And over here in Chonker Sandfest, the race that has been highly anticipated between the Ego car and the car from the trailer. It is now, well, it's now the race set in play. Although this car looks like it's winning, but I will let you know what happens to the race, who won next season. And other than that, that's about it for the map change. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for sticking with me for this season. I promise you, Season 4 will make up for all the time you had to wait for it. And I will try and get it out as soon as possible. I'm going to say it's going to take a lot of preparation for it, as I'm doing a lot of the stuff by myself. So yeah, when that comes, you're going to be in for a hell of a treat. I'll say that. And anyway, that is it for the map change. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you aren't already. I mean, if you did like the video, go ahead and like, and if you want notifications for when I upload, click that bell. Anyway, I shall see you in the next one. Peace out.